The advertising industry is vicious, and those who speak out against the ills in the sector are ostracized. That's according to CEO of Elements Advertising Agency, Seeco. He was giving evidence at the Human Rights Commission's hearings into allegations of racism and discrimination yesterday. Malungelo Booi was there for us.
Seeco has been in the advertising industry for nearly 3 decades. He says racist and discriminatory adverts should not come as a surprise, as the sector is still run by whites.
So the messages that we see in advertising, communications, marketing, are informed by how they view black people.
He says black managers and executives in the industry are not speaking out on transformation.
This industry, the advertising industry, is very, very, very vicious.
Seeco says regulating the sector is now needed.
20 years ago, we said we will self-regulate. We are adults, we are educated, we know how we are going to form these companies, how we are going to put together institutions that are going to regulate the industry. So self-regulation made a lot of sense. But it is now the time to say 27 years later, we have very little to show. So when there's very little to show, something has got to give.
The Marketing Association of South Africa says the conversation on discrimination and racism in the sector is not something new.
South African Human Rights Commission, 1999. Racist discriminatory adverts. Portfolio Committee, 2001. Same conversation. Let's set up the Marketing, Advertising, Communications Sector Code Council. 2001. 21 years hasn't happened.
The Freedom of Expression Institute says advertisers at times bully community radio stations.
There's one station that we were chatting to, and the manager said, look, we've had an advertiser who actually wanted us to change programming in terms of on a Saturday we do not have a top 10. We have an indigenous music Maskandi program, and the advertiser said, look, we want, this is what we want. If we are going to provide funding for advertising, we want you to have a top 10 of modern music on a Saturday.
On Thursday, the Independent Communications Authority of South Africa and the Commission for Gender Equality will give evidence to the Commission. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Malungelo Booi in Johannesburg.